Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ashley and I make it strong. So if you guys didn't watch my video last week, I did a video on Love Island and all of the people on the show and what their zodiac signs are. I can do an updated one if you guys want. Let me know. I'll talk about the people that I missed in that video. There's like maybe 5 or 6 people that I missed, but if you guys want it, I'll do it as like a little bonus video, not a Friday upload. I'll add it into the week. But anyways, today I'm going to be talking about Big Brother and all of the people on the show right now. It's the All-Star season, so everyone's pretty familiar with all the faces. So it's pretty easy to get the zodiac signs on this one because all I had to do was Google it. With the last video, that shit took time. Before I get into the video, I want to give a little shout out to the sponsor this week, which is Ana Luisa Jewelry. So right now, I'm wearing 2 pieces and I'll show you the 3rd piece that I got. It's another set of earrings, but I only have 1 hole, so I can only show you these ones right now on me. So if you want to see it up close, these are the hoops that I'm currently wearing. They go with anything. They're a really cool statement piece. I love them. Then of course the chain I'm wearing as well. It says BU on it. Very cute. You don't really see it. It's just like on the clasp. Then these are the hoops that I'm not wearing. They're just small little dainty hoops. They go with anything as well. I love these. I was so happy that they reached out to me to sponsor this video. I was so happy that they reached out to me because I've been wanting to buy new gold for so long. I had this beautiful pair of earrings that I got for Christmas from my aunt, and I went to the freaking park during quarantine, and I don't know what happened, but one of them, by the time I got to my car, one of them was gone. And I have this weird thing with gold hoops that for some reason I always lose them. Like I've had 3 pairs of gold hoops and I only have 1 of each set. So I just needed a new pair of gold hoops. So when they reached out, I was so happy because I've been wanting to get new gold hoops. So they are an online jewelry company with a lot of affordable pieces. Their prices start at $39 and they're really good long-lasting pieces. Not only that, but they are carbon neutral. They offset 100% of their carbon emissions by sourcing raw materials until they throw out their pieces. So it's really good to be working with a brand that actually cares about our environment, especially with the world and everything going on right now. It's nice to know that there's little ways that a company is making the world a better place. I know that sounds cheesy, but it is nice. But I do love the jewelry. So far, it's been holding up really well, really good quality. I love it. The beauty of this is that it's really good prices. So you're getting high quality pieces for a really good price. So if you guys are interested in checking out Ana Luisa Jewelry, then make sure to click the link down below. I have it as a pinned comment. I have it in the description section. And if you are going to purchase something, make sure to use my code. You can use the code GURU10 for money off of your order. I know you guys are going to love it. Check out analuisa.com/guru. Moving on to the video, we're going to be talking about Big Brother house guests and their zodiac signs like I mentioned, so let's get right into it. Okay, we're going to start with someone that we all forgot about by now. I've never seen a season with her playing on it. I didn't watch her season, but her name is Keisha. I can't really talk about her for long because she was on for like an hour and she's a Leo. I don't remember her at all. I don't know anything about her. I wish I could tell you more about her, but I forgot what she looks like. I just know she was white. So the next person I'm talking about is Bailey. I'm so sad that Bailey is gone. By the way, guys, spoiler alert. I'm sorry. If you guys didn't know, I will be talking about the show. So if you're not caught up, click off this video until you are and make sure you come back to it. So Bailey is a Gemini. That makes so much sense to me. That's why she was so hot and cold with her emotions. One second she's good, the next second she's like super emotional, super angry, super this. With reason. I will say a lot of the times, like, I totally understood where she was coming from because like she was going through it in that house. Like people were they were out to get her. I now realize like why she was so like stone cold, especially with the Tyler situation, when Tyler apologized and like kind of put himself on the line for her. She saw right through it. She's like, this shit is an act. Like she was not having it. And other signs that are more empathetic might buy into that, but Bailey was like, nope, I'm done with you. You're dead to me kind of attitude. So it really shows that she's a Gemini. I didn't guess it. Like I wouldn't have thought she was a Gemini, but once I learned her sign, I understood a lot of her behaviors in the house. And it all kind of made sense to me. I was like, oh, that makes sense right there. So since we're talking about Bailey, I guess I'll talk about Devon since they were aligned with each other. She is a Taurus. So typically Taurus and Gemini are not like, oh my God, they're so compatible. Wow, it's not like that for those signs. They're not completely incompatible, but they're just not a pairing that you would typically put together. So the fact that they got along, you know, it makes sense probably based off of their other signs that they have in their chart. The loyalty makes sense, especially on Devon's end. Devon was very loyal to Bailey, and to be honest, Devon could have played her own game and could have been okay because Bailey was a very emotional player, but Devon kind of made sure to keep her loyalty to her, obviously for other reasons, like their alliance with Black Girl Magic. Of course they want to stick together no matter what, and I think they did the right thing, and I think David should have been in on it, but he had other plans anyways. So yeah, For sure, I see Taurus in Devon. That's why she's such a hothead. Like, she'll be calm, she'll be chill, she'll be normal, and then like she'll blow up and she'll cuss someone out. She goes crazy. She was calm this season. I was surprised to see her so calm this season. But yeah, her being a Taurus makes sense to me. I can see the stubbornness in her. I could definitely see it when people try and talk sense into her, when people try and talk game with her. She's kind of like you can't really get through to her sometimes because she's very stubborn. So her being a Taurus makes sense. Okay, since we're talking about them, we'll talk about David too, because I just brought him up. I wish that they would have all three just worked together, but David was so weird. So now it makes sense to me what his sign is, because that man is awkward. He's weird. Like, the whole time whenever I'm watching it, I'm saying like, this man's odd. Like, he's very awkward and you cringe when you watch him. He's a freaking Capricorn. That's why his humor is so strange and like, it's just not good. Like, he's just not funny and he's really awkward, and you just see him in conversations and you're like, there's something off with that guy. And when I found out he was a Capricorn, I was like, no fucking wonder. That made so much sense to me why he's so off. You're like, is he okay? So I was not surprised when I found out he was a Capricorn. What is surprising is that him and Devon didn't get along a little better, because they're both earth signs. So you'd think that they would kind of, you know, click right away, but they didn't. And him and Bailey, compatibility is fine. They seem to get along okay, but they just never really worked together. Like, they just kind of had each other's back emotionally, but they never really worked together. The next one I'm going to talk about is Nicole. So obviously she was out pretty early, but her being a Capricorn makes a lot of sense to me. Did I say she's a Capricorn already? I don't know, but she's a Capricorn. It's the quirkiness, it's the awkwardness, it's just the smartness, or intelligence, I should say. The smartness. Yeah, like she gives me Capricorn vibes for sure, especially in the way she presents herself, like the way she carries herself. She's like that, like weird, quirky, awkward, but it's like, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird. I'm not trying to hate on Capricorns, by the way. Like, I really don't mean to do that. But yeah, something about Nicole is just, if I met her, I would probably guess Capricorn, because she's very odd. And it's the odd that you're not intrigued by. It's the odd that you're kind of like, oh, but not in like a judgy way, but just kind of like, oh, okay. You know what I don't know if I'm saying that right. If you don't click with them, it's hard to understand them. I don't know. But Nicole being a Capricorn makes sense. She wasn't as logical as I would have thought she'd be, like, especially the way she did Janelle dirty. But, you know, she plays with more emotions than a Capricorn typically would. But I would still guess it for her. Oh my god, there's 2 more Capricorns in this house. Holy shit, there's so many. So the next one is Janelle. I would never have guessed a Capricorn for her. I wouldn't have. I would have guessed, like, I love Janelle, by the way. I love her. She's like one of my favorites. I would have guessed Leo or Taurus, because she's like super high maintenance and, like, you know, just, or even a Cancer, but not a Capricorn. That explains the sassiness though. Like, that does explain the sassiness. That explains her love for money, because in past seasons she's like talked about dating rich men. That explains why she puts herself together so well. She's like the Capricorn that's more, you know, put together, not like a Nicole Capricorn. She's more of like a put together, I look good, I smell good, everything costs money kind of thing. Like, she's like the bougier one. And that I see. I'm surprised, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I can kind of add the pieces together once I know her sign, but I'm surprised. Like, her vibe doesn't scream Capricorn. She's very loving and very sweet. She's very bitchy, which is Capricorn of her, but she's just so, like, you know, like Janelle. Like, she's so nice and positive unless you cross her. But the savageness, like, she's very ruthless. That's Capricorn of her. And the fact that she's such a comp beast is like, you know, the drive and the work ethic and the motivation of a Capricorn. Another Capricorn, Enzo. I feel like Enzo doesn't get that much airtime. I watched his previous season, the one with the brigade, and to be honest, I don't really remember it that much, but I feel like Enzo's just chill. Like, he lets other people influence his decisions, but he's also like true to himself. He's a very personable guy. He gets along with everybody. He's loyal to his partner, Cody, very, very loyal. But his energy doesn't scream Capricorn to me. Like, the only thing that would is, like, he's very charming. I feel like people, if they weren't in the Big Brother house, because everybody knows he's fucking like married, I'm pretty sure. But I feel like if he's around people that don't know who he is or his relationship status, he's very charming, and people would kind of fall into that because he does have a very charming personality. And other than that, I mean, the loyalty, and I don't know, he doesn't scream Capricorn to me. His rising sign definitely plays a factor in that. I wish I knew everybody's rising signs, because that would make the video better, because then it's like, that's what we're seeing, you know? But their zodiac sign is a little hard because they're not coming across that way on TV. We're probably seeing their rising sign. This one makes sense to me. Tyler's an Aquarius. So Tyler being an Aquarius, he's very, I didn't watch his last season. I actually missed that season. He's a fun, personable guy. He has like a temper and like that unapproachable demeanor, but when you talk to him, he's very sweet. I liked Tyler for a minute there. I don't know how I feel about Tyler. One day I love him, the next day I can't stand him, and I feel like that's a very Aquarius thing. Aquarius are very extreme. They're like, you either love them, you hate them. They're either happy or they're depressed. They're like, there's no in between with Aquarius. They're just a walking freaking contradiction. And I feel like Tyler is as weird as an Aquarius. He's very strange, you could tell. He's nice, but he's also like, you don't know much about him. He's quirky. And the whole thing with Bailey, you could tell he was trying to be genuine, but he didn't realize that, like, why he was doing that for her when he was saying like, put me up, put me up, put me up. I think he wasn't being true to himself, and he was being kind of a hypocrite, and that's a big Aquarius thing. Like, for example, what I think of that situation is like, he thought he was being genuine, but really he was just doing that to clear his conscience. Like, I don't think that he actually wanted to do that for her. He wanted to do that so he could stop feeling shitty about the position that he put her in, and he wasn't being real with himself. And I feel like that's such an Aquarius thing. Sometimes we have a hard time being true to ourselves and being real with ourselves on like who we are. Like, if we're not self-aware enough, it really fucks us over, because then we start doing shit like that and not realizing our true intentions. I'm going deep now, but like, I guess because I'm an Aquarius. Anyways, yeah, so Tyler being an Aquarius makes sense to me. I don't know how I feel about him. So we have one Pisces in the house, and that's Ian. That explains his personality a lot. He's very goofy, he's very silly, he's very strange for sure. And I think a lot of that has to do with his sign. Of course, he has his quirks, you know. He opened up in one of the first episodes, so we obviously know why he has certain behaviors. But outside of those behaviors, like his personality in general, you could tell he's very like goofy. I watched his previous season, the one with Dan, and Dan should have won, but anyways, but that's a whole other conversation. Dan was wrong, but anyways, I still love Ian. Yeah, like, you don't see his personality much because right now he is kind of floating, so, you know, he's getting like no airtime, but he makes everyone very comfortable, unless there's someone like Danny who's just evil. But you could tell that people just like are comforted by him, like having him around, talking to him. He's very chill, he's very easygoing, and he's very true to himself. Like, Pisces are very unapologetically themselves, and I feel like that's Ian. He doesn't really care what people think about him. He doesn't overthink what he says, what he does, how he is being perceived by others. He doesn't care about that stuff. He's very himself, and I feel like Pisces are super authentic. So there's another sign that is like really dominating the house, which is Sagittarius. So there's mostly Sagittarius and Capricorns in this house. Yeah, there's 4 Sagittarius. So the first Sagittarius is Danielle. Makes complete sense to me. That girl's evil. She is the bad Sagittarius. I do not like Danielle. I do not like Danny. She's evil. Anyways, she has it out for people for absolutely no reason. She's very manipulative. She's very sneaky, very vindictive. That girl's weird. She wants to stir the pot all the time. She likes drama. She's super Sagittarius, unevolved. That is Danny for you. The next Sagittarius is Memphis. That explains why he's so authoritative. Is that a word? Authoritative? You know what I'm trying to say. He loves to be in a position of power. And he gets on a little power trip. Remember when he had that HOH and he's like, everybody better use the safety suite? Like, that was crazy. Like, he just loved to make people squirm. They love the drama. Sagittarius love the drama. But that explains a lot. That's why he's very cold-hearted sometimes. That's why he's so like stone-faced. You can't really read him. What's the word? Poker face. You can't really read him. Once he sticks to something, he sticks to it. He can't really be swayed. I see similar characteristics in Christmas. I feel like Christmas is kind of like a mixture of Memphis and Danny. She's a little nicer, but I don't really fuck with Christmas. I don't like any of them. I don't like any of those people. I'm not a fan of the committee. But anyways, yeah, Christmas is a Sagittarius. Of course, Christmas is just, I don't know, like, gives me bad vibes. Something about her I just don't like, and she tries really hard. I feel like that's a Sagittarius thing. They try really hard to be liked by everybody, but I don't know, man. She's just not doing it for me, but she is playing a pretty good social game. I think people do like her. I think it's working for her. The next Sagittarius I think is different than these ones is Cody. Cody is the sweeter Sagittarius. The way I'm talking about Sag, you probably think I don't like them. They're actually like top 3, one of my favorite signs. I like them a lot. I vibe with them really well. And I think that Cody is one of the Sagittarius that I would actually get along with. He's like the more sweet, kind, understanding, like still, you know, still holds the positions of power, but respectfully. Like if he's HOH, you're not like shook, you know what I mean? You're not walking on eggshells all week. Like you feel like you can reason with him. I'm talking like I'm in the house. You feel like you can reason with him and you could talk to him and you could sway him because he's really rational and logical. And I feel like he is probably, you know, can be really hot-headed, but he is like the loyal Sagittarius. All of these other Sagittarius are very loyal, which is why they're doing really well in their alliance, minus Danny. But Cody is like that loyal Sagittarius, ride or die till the end. Like him and Enzo are solid. He's loyal to his freaking alliance. And then even on season, whatever the season was, him and Derek were freaking, like he literally handed Derek $500,000. Like he handed Derek $500,000. He went to final 2 knowing Derek was gonna win, but he still stood by that man, gave him the money when he really could have just not done that. He really could have, but he's a ride or die loyal ass Sagittarius and it shows. I'm not rooting for Cody to win, but I do like Cody. Next person is Nicole. Nicole is a Cancer. I don't like Nicole. I think she's very sneaky and manipulative. I never liked her, even on her first season. Who was she dating? Hayden and Nicole. Never liked them. I thought they were cheesy. But yeah, the emotional side of her is definitely Cancer. We've seen her cry a few times. She has that like sweet personality where you think that she's innocent and like couldn't hurt a fly, but she's actually very like manipulative, and I don't fuck with her. Cancer does not surprise me at all. Like she has the emotional side, and then she also has the sneaky side, and she also has the snobby exterior, like I already won this game. I don't know, something about her just like, I don't know, like I don't know. Even when she gave Davon the money, I thought it was so nice. Don't get me wrong, it was really nice of her. But something about the way she did it, I was just like, Nicole's like, you need this more than I do. But I know that's not the case. I think I'm just looking into it too much because I don't like Nicole, but something about that made me feel weird. Like I was like, oh, that's sweet, and then I just kind of like, I don't know. Cancers are weird. I like Cancers. I'm rising Cancer, so everybody thinks I'm a Cancer. But Nicole rubs me the wrong way, and you know, her sign makes sense. It really does. I see it 100%. I didn't guess it, but I see it. Oh my god, I almost forgot Kaser. Kaser's a Leo, and I love Kaser. You know what? I always say this, like I love Leos until we get close. But Leos are so cool. Watching them on TV is fun. Kaser reminds me of a friend I had in high school. I had a really close friend in high school who was a Leo, and they were like the more reserved, chill, calm, non-attention seeking, but still attention grabbing naturally. They have like a magnetic aura, like they're very charming, they're very kind and confident, but low-key. That's Kaser. I had a friend just like that, and we got along so well, and to me that's Kaser, and I feel like that's why he's so easy to watch, and I really wish he stayed on longer. Like I'm so upset that him and fucking Janela got off, but of course they did. Yeah, Kaser seems like a Leo. He does, but you gotta watch him enough to kind of get his personality. Upon first impressions, you would never think it, but once you kind of see him in action more, you're like, yeah, he's smart, he's driven, he's motivated, he's confident. Leo. You guys are like, I never heard Ashley compliment a Leo so much in my life. Yep, I do that sometimes. The last sign is someone who doesn't get any airtime. You're probably like, who is she missing? I don't remember who's left. Kevin. I'm sorry, Kevin gets, he's just flown on by. He's probably gonna make it to like Final 4, honestly. He's probably gonna make it to Final 4 because people just, he's a pawn and that's all he's good for. He's not really working with anyone, I don't know. But yeah, Kevin is a Virgo. It didn't make sense to me. Like he's just so emotional and so sensitive, and I guess I understand because he takes things really personally, and I see Virgos doing that a lot, but I mean, he's probably just analyzing the house, and I can't even, I'm trying to like talk about his sign, but I don't see it. Like I don't really see it, if I'm being honest. I think I need to get to know his personality better through the show, but right now, like Virgo to me, it doesn't make sense. I thought he was a water sign. I thought he was a Cancer because he's emotional and sensitive and quiet, But yeah, he's a Virgo, which really surprised me, but that's his sign, so yep. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to buy my book. I have a book. It's called Mindfulness Through the Stars. So if you are interested in grabbing it, this is what it looks like. You can screenshot right now. You can pick it up at Indigo in Canada, I think Chapters as well, Barnes & Nobles, ooh, Target as of October 1st. So when you're in Target, you can look for my book. You can pick it up online, Amazon, ebook, all that stuff. So if you are interested, then I'll drop all the links in the description box below. It's gonna be a Linktree link. You can click on that and figure out where to buy it. Don't forget Ana Luisa jewelry. They're beautiful, love it. Coupon code down below. And I guess that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.